Rip and Wally were the best part of the episode, especially the karaoke scene. It was just hilarious.
The Fiddler. I'm surprised that Cisco didn't come up with the name.
What? Bruh.
Hey guys, what's going on? It's DJ, my bro, Jamai.
What's good?
And his Beard Bears.
Title pull.
Bringing you our Justice Clubhouse Podcast, Season 3, Episode 10, and we're back with nearly a full week of DCTV, starting with Legends, going into Flash, going into Black Lightning, and then to Arrow, but the exception to Supergirl, which we still don't understand is off air. But with that being said, we shall roll into this episode of Legends. This episode was titled The Curse of the Earth Totem. Roll the clip. This weekend Legends of Tomorrow, Blackbeard gives his partner Annie the Earth Totem to hold on to. The totem activates and vines begin to grow around her, causing her pain. Legends are unable to retrieve the Fire Totem before Damien in 2018 Detroit. Sarah takes some personal time, goes on a date with Ava. While she is away, the team take the Wave Rider to 1717 Bahamas, landing into the Bermuda Triangle where they encounter a crew of pirates led by Blackbeard. They are confronted by a group of Kingsmen led by Edward Teach, including Damien Dark, who proceeds to steal Amaya's totem. The Wave Rider is attacked by cannonballs launched by Damien, forcing Nate, Ray, and Zari to abandon Mick and Amaya. Upon learning of the team's trouble, Sarah abandons her date with Ava and goes to help them. During a struggle between Damien, Nora, and the Legends, the Wave Rider is eventually boarded by Blackbeard and his crew, though Ava comes to help Sarah fight them off. The Legends take the Earth Totem from Damien, and Nora's fatally wounded by a shot from Ray's nanigun. After talking with Mick, Ray returns and cures Nora, who in turn knocks him unconscious. Damien proposes they use him as leverage against the Legends. Meanwhile, Wally helps Rip obtain a time courier from Time Agent Gary and gets him his trench coat back from the Time Bureau. The two end up getting drunk and singing karaoke in 1992 Japan. Rip eventually convinces Wally to team up and help the Legends stop the Darks and the Malice. Now back to the Justice Clubhouse Podcast. One sentence.
Damn, I had it, yo.
The Legends of the Caribbean.
That's perfect. Yeah, I'm not gonna take away from that. That's perfect.
This episode was so good. Like, you just cannot, we've said this time and time again, you cannot, like, put any sort of expectation into this show because it's just all over the place and in a good way. Here it was basically what I just said, Legends of the Caribbean. It was like all out fun with some drama and of course a lot of action in it, and it was just overall really good episodes. And plus another thing that they focused on was Wally and where he's been for the last couple months, because we haven't seen him since he left. That was even before the holidays, right?
Yeah, I think so.
That's kind of sad. So he's been in Yunnan province in
China.
And Rip, basically they became drinking buddies.
Yeah,
and
I thought they sang Careless Whisper perfectly.
1992 Japan, after stealing a time courier from Gary. So it's always a cool thing to have Gary around. He kind of reminds me of Cassim G, if you guys know who that is.
Yeah, he's a perfect
comic relief.
Yeah, comic relief. Just sprinkle him in every episode. Just a little bit like that. That's perfect.
It's hilarious.
Yeah.
And then you have this little thing going on between Sarah and Av, and I think it's cool. I think it's about time somebody other than Nate and Amaya, because as much as I love those two, like, they hog up a lot of the the shipping, I guess, on the show. So it's nice to see a different couple like Ava and Sarah.
Another OTP.
Yeah, they're very, very different, and I think that's what's gonna make them sort of the end game for each other,
for sure.
Though I still miss her and Nissa, but I think that the hijinks between,
dude, I totally forgot about them.
Yeah. I thought they were the one true pairing, but no. Yeah. Turns out it wasn't. But Eva's cool too. The hijinks between the two of them trying to have a normal date obviously didn't go that well because
they're not normal.
Yeah,
they can't do stuff like that. I mean, they could try, but
it's just not. It's always ends in some sort of crazy schemes.
Why don't they just have like a date, like exactly what Sarah said, fighting people?
Yeah, that would be
like
awesome.
The whole Genghis Khan thing. Yeah, that was a perfect way that would be a perfect way for them to have, I guess, a date.
So basically, dates ass kicking.
Yeah.
Basically, it's awesome. Nate was hilarious in this with Ray.
Yeah.
Like, they're just like two bros.
Yeah.
Like, like it's like me and you. Just very different. I'm more of like, actually, you're more of like Nate and Ray's smarts, but I kind of have.
It's like we got half and half. Yeah.
I kind of have their heart, I guess. I'm a little bit of a goofball and aloof sometimes, and Jeremy's more of like the tactical and
very
more
strategic.
Yeah. Think here, and I think it's just hilarious the way they played off each other and how they couldn't really do anything. Even with Zari there, like as smart as she was, they couldn't fix the Wave Rider that quickly.
Yeah.
And
Dude, that must be powerful as cannonballs.
I know.
Maybe he put like some magic on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe. But yeah, this
Sorry,
episode,
I meant to say Dark. I didn't say his name.
No,
I
got you. I got it. But yeah, it was hilarious, and seeing Mick kind of like step up to the plate and like help Amaya infiltrate Blackbeard's crew, that was hilarious.
He perfectly added his own piece to this episode. Like it showed that he was a storyteller last week, and he put that to the test, I guess you could say. This was like this episode,
kind of sort of his wet dream.
Yeah, but he realized like half the characters in his story didn't pan out as he wanted them to. Because
so you're a wuss.
Yeah, Blackbeard is he's a chicken, he's a coward.
And it was cool because Captain Joy, as Amaya was known, is the most feared captain in all of the 7 seas.
Yes,
it was pretty badass how like you said, Mick kind of rewrote that narrative and helped her. All of them worked together to get that Earth Totem.
You see what happened? Like the whole the drink, it changed from Captain Godfrey to
Jiwei.
Yeah, Jiwei.
It was awesome. Little changes. Watch, and then next time we see, it's gonna have Mick's name on the screenplay of Pirates of the Caribbean.
Sorry, what's the actual drink that's the
Captain Morgan?
Yeah, Captain Morgan. There you go.
It's funny.
That's why I don't.
Yeah,
know.
we don't drink, so
I just know some brands.
Yeah, just overall fun. The Earth Totem was really cool to get into. It was a lot different than I thought. This is more of like it's not just an Earth. I mean, it's, I guess, Earth to me. And I guess I grew up a lot on Avatar: The Airbender. I was thinking, rocks and whatnot. But this was really Earth.
Like,
this is like Earth,
plant,
like everything.
Plant-based powers. Yeah,
it was pretty cool. So we can't wait to see the fire and then the soul. I think they said, right?
No, I think she has soul. What's her name? Nora.
Okay, so she has a soul one. Amaya has the animal, or yeah, she has the animal.
Spirit.
Soul.
Spirit. This one was Earth. Nora has the soul. What? What? I'm so confused.
Yeah,
I wrote it down.
Animal, spirit, soul.
Sorry, spirit, fire, water, air, earth.
There's 6 of them.
And then there's a 6th. I think that's the soul one, right?
I don't know. Oh, water. You said water?
Yeah. So the 4 elements, which are fire, water, earth, and air.
Okay.
Right? And then the spirit, which is Amaya's.
Okay.
The 6th one is,
it is a soul, yeah.
It's the soul one, which is Nora.
Nora has
I guess they haven't figured it out yet. This
is going to be pretty interesting. I really want to see like an Avatar the Airbender type battle, and I want to see like Amaya or Zari take all of the totems and just absolutely wreck.
That would be so sick.
See, you know what I'm talking about? Like, do you remember that scene where they just use all of it, but they don't kill the bad guy? They just use it to like remove their power.
That would be so sick. But what if, other than that, the fact that since they're attached to their totems or totems in general, what if they're able to use different totems? Like, what if they're able to wield that power?
That would be sick.
Like Amaya using the Earth Totem
one,
and Azari using the Spirit one.
Yeah,
that would be so cool.
That'd be awesome.
I don't know if that works that way, but that would be sick.
That would be so cool.
Yeah.
What else in this episode happened?
Pirates.
Oh, Ray saved Nora. Yeah. Actually, Ray nearly killed Nora, then he saved her. Yeah. So we know that there's sort of Dark kind of has he does have morals. He wasn't willing to like risk his daughter dying over the totem, and that's respectable.
He still double crossed him.
Well, Nora did.
Nora did.
Yeah, he's like, Ray, and he's like, oh, what?
You remember me?
And she's like, yeah, and then she just started choking him out, starts draining the life force from him. Yeah. But yeah, that was interesting.
I think he has. I feel like Dark has somewhat of a soft spot for Ray.
Yeah,
because remember last season they fought. They're like with the lightsabers,
and he kidnapped Ray for like months. It's like, you kidnapped me, and he's like, he'd probably be like, what?
Yeah, I feel like there's like some sort of connection. I don't think he wants to kill him.
Take a fight to the microverse.
That would be so sick.
Like he shrinks both of them in like an hour on my turf. That would be so dope.
That would be dope.
But yeah, getting back into this episode, what else was there?
Let me look at my notes.
Handy dandy notebook.
You said Gary, right?
Yeah.
Did you mention pretty much? Yeah. Yeah. There was what's his name, Blackbeard. When the whole fight ensued, he tried to take over the Wave Rider.
That was hilarious.
That
he just watched his boys get freaking mangled by Sarah Nava. He's like, oh, these a lot powerful than they look.
Yeah.
He's like, would you like to join my crew? And they're like, no. And I love how it was Nate and Ray that left that door open.
Yeah, they should have closed it and then opened it back
stupid.
up.
They're so stupid.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was an overall very fun episode. It was very cool.
For sure.
More development. Zari didn't do like much, but then again, she had her own episode.
Yeah, last week was her peak.
It's gonna be interesting.
Yeah,
for sure. But we just the only problem I have with the show, I guess, my gripe, we haven't seen Malice 12 episodes in.
Yeah.
I really wish that they had introduced him a little sooner because I don't like it when shows like...
Dude, they're honestly doing that every season. It's just like they're going to introduce him last minute. And
they did that with Flash, with the Savitar reveal. Just reveal him. So that way
and then also Prometheus. It's like they wait until like the last like 10 episodes. And for this one, I guess maybe they'll wait it out until like the last 4 or 5 episodes.
But the thing is, Prometheus was like, when they revealed him, it was like freaking
head
on.
Never mind, not 4 or 5 episodes. There is like 4 or 5 episodes left. Right?
Yeah, there's like 6 episodes.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing with Prometheus is like they went really all in with his villain. It was really good. Savitar, if they had announced him earlier,
they announced him like late too. Like 16th
I know, but they just
episode.
did it well. You know, like the way that they handled the rest of it. But Savitar, imagine the emotional impact that would have had if they had introduced him halfway at least. You know,
and then just built the
tension.
Yeah,
you know, you could have just like
Barry versus Barry.
I like that back and forth that him and Savitar had.
Yeah,
they should have just done that here. You know, like you don't know who Malice is, so you don't know what kind of stakes are being played at here. He's just a crazy guy right now. That's all we know. And the thing that makes it awesome though is like these characters, their banter with each other, their relationships with one another, and then adding Rip and Wally.
Yeah,
that's a really cool dynamic. I didn't ever see that happening, but that's just really cool. Like they kind of like stole.
It seems like Rip he can mesh well with anyone. He just has that type of personality, and then like Wally, I guess it's a needed. It's a needed addition for him to be on Legends.
Honestly, I'm gonna say this: I never actually wanted Wally to like leave or anything. I know I complained about him because of, you know, just the whining, but he's totally different on Legends.
Yeah.
He doesn't whine. He's just chilling.
Yeah, he just I guess in between that time of him leaving, he just found peace, and he's changed, man.
And yeah, we can't wait to see what he adds to the Legends and how he fights Miles and everything. It's gonna be dope. So, is there anything else we missed before we head into Easter eggs?
Yeah, I scrolled down.
Yeah,
I think that's the only thing that we can go into.
Okay,
Easter eggs.
So they mentioned James Bond.
Yeah.
Ava while talking to Sarah.
Don Toretto.
Yeah, he's like, I'm living my life quarter mile at a time, and he's like, oh, that's very nice. Where'd you hear that from? Fast and Furious.
Yeah, that's awesome.
They sang George Michael, Careless Whisper.
Yeah. That's amazing, yo. I didn't know that Rip could sing, honestly. I was caught off guard, but then you reminded me of Cisco and him.
He and Carlos Valdez did theater together at some point before they got cast on these shows.
Very nice.
Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Men Tell No Tales.
Yeah.
Ray mentioned that. And what's his name has said it numerous times, Nate, throughout the series. He just referenced that movie.
Peter Pan. What's her name? Sarah played Peter Pan as a kid.
Nice.
Genghis Khan.
The rocket fuel. That's pretty cool.
Rocket fuel.
It's a little more of like a trivia thing.
Davy Jones.
Yes.
I guess it's kind of an Easter egg. The fact that Maya showed her real accent.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Dope. That's dope. I was kind of hoping that she would find some way to keep it.
Yeah.
It's nice sounding,
but sick.
You know, time to time. Sorry.
Yeah. What else do you have?
That's it.
Oh, the last one I have is the Goonies, where Nate's
hey
like,
guys!
Hey, you guys! I'm like, yo, what is that from? And I rewinded all the way back to that. I'm like, yeah, that's the big dude.
You got like the pop culture reference, like you got Win on Supergirl.
Yeah.
You have
Cisco
on Flash. You have Curtis on Arrow.
Yes.
And then you have Nate here on Legends. It's amazing. Waiting for somebody on Black Lightning to do that, but these shows are killing it with the references for sure. Anything else?
Yeah, I think that's pretty much it for Easter eggs.
Okay, we shall head into previews for next week, and you know it's going to be a bit serious because we only have 6 episodes left.
Yeah.
And I wish this thing would load.
It's okay. You should take your time, bro. Do you want me to open it up?
Oh, while we're waiting here,
go for it.
We just want to wish Kevin Smith. He's probably never going to watch this ever, but we want to wish him a speedy recovery.
Yeah.
You guys know he suffered a heart attack just recent. I think yesterday.
Yeah, he was doing like stand up, and he felt some weird stuff happen right after, and
reading his message. You guys check out his Instagram. It's
we'll
very
link
eye-opening.
It down below. It'll be like the first link down below.
Yeah, and this will be days after. Like we're just saying this now, but speedy recovery.
Yes,
and we're praying for you and your family.
Honestly, I really want to do a podcast with you.
Yes,
we want to do a podcast with you. You know, so
we're geeks. We got our little collection.
Yeah,
comics, and you know it's not as extensive as yours, but please contact us. All right, so next episode is called "No Country for Old Dads." Probably based off of the movie and the book.
Very nice.
I love that movie.
Yeah, last time we talked about it, I was like probably like 10.
Yeah,
and you're like, don't watch it.
Yeah,
it's not good for you.
What's his name? Okay. Is such a terrifying villain in that. Freaking, I can't even remember his name, but
which
he's from Mother. That guy.
Mother. Oh,
yeah. It's not Benicio del Toro. It's somebody else.
Oh.
But next week's episode, when Damian and Nora Dark take Ray hostage and force him to try and fix the fire totem. Oh, so it's broken? Ray tries to use a power struggle. What? Ray tries to use this power struggle between the two to his advantage. Oh, because...
Okay. Yeah, because the fire totem was the one that they mentioned in Detroit. But
so they took it before them.
Yeah,
okay.
They didn't have time to fix it.
I see.
Yeah.
Ray and Nora find themselves working together in 1960s East Germany in order to fix the totem, but soon come face to face with a younger and deadlier version of Damian Dark. Oh, snap. Meanwhile, Sarah seems to be taking positive steps in her personal life. And this is the first episode that Keenan Lonsdale will become a series regular as Wally West.
Ooh.
Very cool. 6 episodes left and he becomes a regular. So hopefully this gets renewed for another season.
Yeah,
I would love to see him.
This is definitely going to.
They have to.
Yeah,
he's amazing. Like he out of nowhere, his character grew just like that. You could not hate on him here because he's just.
I think he's
zen. You know,
it's like it is true. Like all these people, they didn't really seem to
fit in.
Yeah, fit in with their main show.
And it's sad, but
they're growing a lot more on this show on their own.
That's for sure.
I mean, I guess apart from their original show that they're on, they're growing a lot.
But they got rid of the whining, so that's the biggest complaint the fans had and stuff like that. I know we're not the only ones. It's time to see Wally West turn into a hero that he was meant to be and become a legend. But down the line, you know, I don't want to become a legend like Stein and Jax did this season. That's sad.
Yeah.
So 6 episodes left. What are we thinking?
What are we thinking?
What are we thinking?
I don't know, man.
I just want an epic battle between all the elements. That's all I want to see. And I want to see Malice. And at this point, I don't want to see somebody that we've already seen before.
Who do you think Zarya and Amaya are going to team up using the totems, or is it going to be like one person?
They could be that or
maybe it's Sarah
or the other. Oh no,
I don't know, dude.
Or maybe it's Rip.
Yeah,
Rip is just like
but I feel like she's already since she's already tied to that world.
Yeah,
the dark world. Maybe it's her fight, Sarah's fight, and she just uses the totems to like summon her own beast. You know, like Shaman King.
Please
against what's his name? Fudge Malice.
Yeah,
what were you saying?
Please take like whoever it is that wields all the totems. Just do the shot for shot remake of the Avatar scene where Aang uses all the abilities to rid Emperor Ozu or something like that, the Fire Nation King of his powers. Just do that. That would be amazing.
Yeah.
Just fire to the face. air to the face, water to the face, everything, and just bedding him in the ground and stuff like that. I want to see something like that.
Yeah.
Because all the totems are very epic and add something. So.
I honestly feel like the battle would go out like how Ray fought the Leviathan, you know?
Yeah.
But in spirit form. So whoever's wielding the thing, maybe it's multiple. Like it is Zarya, Maya, maybe Sarah holds one, someone else holds the other, and they all combine their powers to create like an entity that fights
That would be
Smollus,
sick.
you know?
That would be awesome.
But that might cut into budget, so I'm not sure if they're actually gonna do that. But
and here's another thing: maybe stretch him
wish.
into the next season.
Yeah,
you know, he doesn't have to be a one and done for this season. He could go into the next season. Maybe we.
All you just see is like it's Sandal Vavage. Yeah, it's Vandal. What if it's him?
Is there any other theories you got here for this show?
No, dude.
No, nothing else. All right. So with that being said, you guys, we will see you on The Flash. As we got a flash, Barry returns to the CCPD, but many of his colleagues are against his being back. Captain Singh tells him what the new mayor bringing down his neck, and people's doubts of DeVoe coming back to life have left him no choice but to have Barry take indefinite leave of absence. Iris and Caitlin try to cheer him up and shift his focus to find the next bus meta. Ralph and Cisco arrive with the latter vibing the location of the next meta, a country singer named Izzy Bowmen. Izzy initially refuses to go with Barry and Ralph, attacking them with her wavelength manipulation powers. She finally agrees when Barry, Cisco, and Ralph are defeated by DeVoe in front of her. Barry trains her in hopes that she will be the key to beating DeVoe, but pushes her too far and she hurts herself. She knocks Ralph out and leaves to confront DeVoe herself. HR builds a thought inhibitor to help Cecile sleep since she has been unable to due to hearing Joe's thoughts. Cecile also convinces him to reach out to Jesse as she knows that's what's bothering him. HR then creates a cerebral inhibitor to use against DeVoe, something Savitar mentioned would defeat the villain. This goes hit by DeVoe when he vibes Izzy's location, so Caitlin stays with him while Barry and Ralph go to save her. With Izzy's help, they manage to get the inhibitor on DeVoe, but he's able to remove it. After a struggle, Barry and Ralph are powerless to stop DeVoe from moving his vessel from Becky to Izzy. Back at Star Labs, Cisco tells Barry that DeVoe's lair is in the pocket dimension. Barry visits Ralph with the latter promising to continue being a hero. He also offers Barry a job as a partner as being a PI, which he accepts. Marlies and DeVoe continue their plan and look into the next bus meta. Now back to the Justice Clubhouse Podcast. Alright, so, getting into this Flash episode, this was called Subject 9. One sentence.
Pocket universes.
Yes, we called it.
Dude, that's it.
Pocket universes, we've been calling it. I'm sorry, I don't want to sound like...
Ever since the Monel theory and Time Trapper that you brought up, like, was that last season? That was last season.
That was way...
Two seasons
like,
ago.
We're talking about this,
2
like,
seasons
way
ago.
long ago.
Yeah. It's finally happening, you know? So, your theory is, like...
Kind of, sort of, like, there is a pocket universe.
Coming to fruition, yeah, slowly.
It's
so
interesting.
Hopefully the Time Trapper thing comes into, like, next season, but... Right, for now, Pocket Universes, Pocket Dimensions, pretty sick.
It's so dope to hear it. Like, you guys listen to us.
When Cisco was just like, guys, look at this, and then he had like this little device, and he opened up this hologram. I'm like,
the thing that pops up whenever
watch the screen, because he was like taking notes and stuff. I'm like, I'll watch the screen, and he's like, this is Pocket Universe.
Yeah, that's so dope.
He's trying to explain everything. It's amazing.
And Barry's just like, I see that every time DeVoe disappears.
Yeah.
And then Cisco's like, yeah, it's a pocket universe. It's just like, you just disregarded everything I just said, and you're like, I seen that. But yeah, it's pretty cool. We'll elaborate more on that later. This episode was awesome. I don't know about you guys. I know we said this on our Stardust too, that people are kind of, what is this? Polarized, I guess, on how the season's going because they think it's way too lighthearted. They think there's too many jokes being cracked, but I think it's good. It's a good balance, and this episode was like kind of a good mix of everything. Really, I think they kind of sped up that little ship between what's his name, Ralph and Izzy, who was a pretty cool. Meta in her own right. The only thing that I found a little weird was that she felt like she really needed to use the violin when she didn't need to. Although I know the fact that she
I feel like that just kind of amplified it.
Yeah,
her powers, and it's what they use in comics. So they just want to be somewhat comic book accurate. And
yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess I could see it that way. But when I was watching it at first, I was like, that's a little weird. But
yeah,
her powers are very cool. It's a little bit different than Sonic vibrations and stuff like that. It apparently had something to do with wavelengths, and it's a little more complicated. So for her to be on Team Flash would have been really cool, but inevitably it just doesn't work out for them in the end ever. But you know, seeing Ralph grow as a hero, really cool. Seeing him team up, I like that little camaraderie him and Barry really established here.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, you know, we can't break this buddy system. He's like, I know, I'm not gonna break it. Also, you want a job as my partner in PI? I was like, oh, that's so dope.
Yeah, when you give him that card, that's just like, yeah, that's amazing.
Because at the very beginning of the episode, you see Barry just basically get fired from his job, even though Singh doesn't really say it. He's like, I need you to take a leave of absence. Barry's like, how long? Indefinitely. It's like, oh, okay, so I'm fired. And I feel like Iris and Caitlin, they're just like, here's a meta. You know, they try to like lift the spirits and stuff like that. And for a second, I thought we're about to get the emo Barry again, because he was kind of acting like that through some of the episode. But yeah, and then Iris brought up some points that just didn't make any sense and stuff like that. Then Barry's like his behavior passed, I guess. And isn't it a little weird that Joe wasn't here at all?
Isn't it? Yeah. This is the first episode in a while.
He was mentioned, but we didn't get to see him at all. So, and you
it
would
was cool to see, you know, Cecile and Harry.
Yeah,
talk it out. But yeah, what were you saying?
I was just saying, like, usually something like this, Joe would kind of be there for Barry, especially as big as getting laid off. He wasn't there.
It's interesting.
And Wally wasn't formally written off, and we saw him in the last night's, or the other night's Legends. So it's kind of weird how the West household's kind of like, it's mostly just Iris now and Cecile. So, is there anything else in this episode?
Yeah, like I mentioned about a minute ago, the whole Harry and Cecile scenes, those are amazing. It's like, it brings the lightheartedness to the episode.
For sure. Because Harry's always been that, like, kind of hard ass, and for her to find out that he's not really like that inside is just an act. It's kind of hilarious. Like, she's basically telling us how he really was, like how he's thinking. She's like, if I want to argue with a little kid, I would have done that. And he was like, what? And a little innuendos in there when he was like, oh, Joe's keeping me up at night. He was like,
yeah, he's like, oh, okay, I get you.
DeVoe was seeing DeVoe and Becky's body is just hilarious, and then just the fact that the body is deteriorating and can't handle the powers and the thoughts and stuff like that. Marley's looked like she was ready to just get rid of her, right? But yeah, she's super OP. There's a scene here where Cisco, Barry, and Ralph tried to take her on. They absolutely got manhandled, and then Izzy was the one who took down DeVoe. So that was another cool scene. What else was there?
I think you pretty much mentioned all of the scenes.
And then Izzy, yeah. She got freaking taken over. That sucked. But, you know, I think that the Fiddler is a villain, right?
Yeah, in the comics, yeah.
So it makes sense, and she's in a much better vessel now. One with a power that she could actually do some real damage with, combined with the 6 that she has already. And then we're left to see them carry out the plan to get the other bus metas who we have yet to be introduced to. So, yeah, it was a pretty solid episode, right?
Yeah.
You want to go on any Easter eggs? If we have nothing, did you dislike anything?
I mean, it's not as, like action-packed as the other episodes.
Yeah.
But, it's still pretty solid.
That's true. And most of the action, they were getting their asses handed to them.
Yeah,
so it's like,
I think that's why I'm not as interested. But, yeah, it's still a pretty good episode.
And the fact that Barry showed us that he could stop time, yet he couldn't reach DeVoe and put the inhibitor on her head was really weird.
Yeah.
Like,
maybe he's just like caught off guard.
That was so weird. He got a brain aneurysm in that scene. So it's like, it's very unstable power. He's supposed to be the fastest man alive. He shouldn't be able to get like juke like that. If anything, he should have ran a circle around her, not a straight line. But yeah, it was pretty cool. Easter eggs. Just a lot of pop culture references.
Yeah, Transformers, ESPN, The Final Frontier.
Nice. Fake news.
Yeah, fake news. I think that's all I got. You probably have one.
That's it. Exactly that. I guess we could get into the previews for next week. Episode is called Enter Flash Time. When a nuclear bomb detonates in downtown Central City, Barry, Jesse Quick, and Jay Garrick slow down time by entering Flash Time. As everyone in the city is frozen, the three speedsters push themselves to the breaking point to save the city and everyone in it. This is going to be like that episode of Young Justice where Bart is first introduced and Reactron emits a nuclear blast that's about to destroy the city, and then you see Barry, Bart, and Wally and Jay Garrick work together to, I think they contain the blast, right? Or do they clear the city?
In Young Justice?
Yeah.
Don't they just keep running and it just dissipates because of the amount of I don't know, force, speed, I don't know.
Yeah, I did. It's gonna be pretty crazy to see that transferred onto live action, because basically we're gonna see, and even Cisco is gonna be brought into Flash Time. So I don't know. I think it's kind of silly that Barry had time to draw on a whiteboard, it looked like, to kind of formulate a plan and stuff like that. Other than that, I'd really like to see how they are going to save everybody in Central City. You know, with the I don't know if it stops time for forever or what. You know, if it's gonna be like one of those things where, what's her name? Zari, you know how she's just stuck in a loophole? Is this like pause on time forever? Or is this like pause on time for however long they have power to freeze time?
Yeah, that's a good question. I ain't sure.
This is going to be crazy. And then at some point during the Legends, like last couple episodes, we're going to see Jesse Quick. So hopefully she doesn't die here. Hopefully Jay Garrick doesn't die, because I don't think we could watch another doppelganger or somebody with Henry Allen's face die again. And we still need to see DeVoe's big plan, because we only have about 9 episodes. Well, we have exactly 9 episodes left. So, theories. What are we getting to? What do you think?
I think you should go with your pocket universe theory.
Just
to clear things up and just maybe jog everyone else's memory.
Okay, so pocket universe basically brings together all the characters that we've been wanting to in this world, especially with Supergirl and stuff like that. We're saying Supergirl's world is going to get destroyed this season. They bring over the characters from there to their Earth, or or the Time Trapper could just put them together and stuff like that, and that could be the big bad for next season, or even the Blight and stuff like that. So basically, we're just saying pocket universe, make it easier to tell the stories instead of having everyone just go back and forth to the Earths just for whatever reason. It's better from a writing standpoint, I guess, to include that. And the fact that they have DeVoe in there, it's like he's one of those omnipotent sort of beings like Mxyzptlk and
Music Meister.
Exactly. Yeah. Who they could really help bring everyone together, I guess. And we also still have to find out who the identity is of that lady that's been showing up, who I think personally is Don Allen. Jeremy also Allen, or
they said it's Nora Allen.
Okay,
for sure it's Barry's daughter.
Okay,
but the name, as for the name, I'm not sure.
I'm excited to see who she is. That would be really cool. Maybe she'll introduce the next big bad. They think that they fixed it, but really what they did was they pushed forward something that they shouldn't have.
Yeah.
Although it'd be cool at one point for them not to create the villain and just for a villain to come out of nowhere. Wouldn't that be refreshing for a villain to just be bad instead of it's because those heroes created them? Because that's kind of the main theme for a lot of these shows. What else is there? Wally's gone. Oh, we were talking about Godspeed. Maybe he might be another one of the bus metas, or might be the thing that DeVoe creates at the end. That'd be really cool though if DeVoe gets his hands on either Ralph or what's his name, Barry.
Barry.
That would be insane.
Oh yeah, that would be crazy if it's like if it is Ralph. That's the last person that he takes over.
Yeah,
and he is
he
the
has
ultimate.
All the,
he is
powers.
the ultimate like villain to Barry, and it's like kind of contrast. Yeah, contrast the whole like best friend partner type thing that just happened.
He's about to. What is that? Was that movie? Mice and Men. Him.
Oh, he's gonna
Lenny. Yeah,
Lenny and George.
Yeah,
yeah.
Oh no, that's what's gonna happen at the end of the season. It's gonna make Barry dark.
Ooh.
Or at least make him grow as a hero. Either one. You know, the team's getting pretty big.
Yeah.
So.
But he was such a good character.
He was. He really was. He grew a lot.
Hopefully, he's that theory is wrong, but
or maybe they find a way to take DeVoe out of him. Maybe we do see that, like him being taken over, but maybe there's a little bit of Ralph that's because remember his stuff is cellular regeneration. Yeah. Maybe a little bit of his consciousness is stuck in there, and they're able to get DeVoe out.
What the fuck? Yeah,
but yeah, that'll be sick. Any other theories?
I got nothing, man.
I'm trying to think. We got that. We got through that one real quick.
Yeah. It's good though.
Wow. There's a lot. I can't believe there's only 9 episodes left. It's crazy. And apparently we're supposed to have another crossover at some point, but we don't know which shows it is. But they're thinking about doing it. So, but keep that in mind. Time Trapper, Godspeed. And yeah, and another sad thing is that Neil Salandis, who played or is it, did I say that right? I'm not sure his last name, I'm sorry if I butchered it, but he has said that he hasn't been back to the set yet, and that kind of sucks because we really liked him as a thinker, but he said that the writers could eventually write him back in at some point. So yeah, it'll be interesting. Can't wait to see. What final thoughts about the episode? Was it good?
Solid episode.
Nice. With that being said, you guys, we'll see you in Black Lightning. This week on Black Lightning, when Henderson's men get a tip from Joey Toledo of Black Lightning's location, Gammy finds Jefferson before them and brings him back to their lair where Lynn heals him. She berates him for dragging her into the life she wanted no part of before. Jefferson scolds Anissa after she is arrested for vandalizing a statue of a corrupt politician with other protesters. After talking to Jennifer, Anissa decides to get some help from Lynn in analyzing a sample from the grandpa's research. Jefferson comforts Jennifer after seeing a post Khalil put up to Spider. He takes Jennifer to see him, but Khalil acts cold and distant. Later, Jefferson finds a way to get to Tobias after having the latter's dermatologist contact him. Scared that Jefferson may do something he'll regret, Gammy tries to get Lynn to help. Before he can kill Tobias, Gammy gets Lynn on the comms to talk to Jefferson out of going through with it. He then hears Lynn being robbed at the lab, so he rushes to save her. Anissa arrives there first, after destroying the statue with her powers. Lynn recognizes her daughter and watches as Anissa uses her powers to stop the armed assailants. Jefferson arrives and thinks her to be an adversary, so the two fight. Jefferson realizes it is Anissa after defeating her. Lynn, Jefferson, and Gammy rush her back home to heal her. Tobias meets with Khalil, promising to help him walk again. Gammy pays a visit to Lady Eve and reminds her of the deal that they had, in which she would leave the Pierces alone. Anissa wakes up with her parents at her side. Now back to the Justice Clubhouse Podcast. Alright, so getting into this episode of Black Lightning, which was titled... These are very long titles for these episodes, geez. 3 Sevens, The Book of Thunder. One sentence.
Anissa versus Jefferson.
Yes! The Royal Rumble.
Battle. Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. That's a lot better.
Same thing. It's okay. Yeah, well, so much to talk about with this episode.
Yeah.
A lot went down. There's a quest of vengeance, a quest of finding the hero in yourself, and I feel like Anissa's just making all the wrong choices, honestly. That first off, that costume is just, it's not gonna grow on me. I know that.
Yeah, she's still a bit of a noob when it comes to being a hero, so
like
she's gonna learn.
Yeah. I get the whole wanting to like make a stand, but she's just doing it way wrong. She's wasting her time on things that she shouldn't be. Like, why would you want to, I mean, yeah, just you got in trouble already for vandalizing a statue with paint. So what more when your dad's gonna find out that you smashed it with your superpowers?
Yeah.
He literally said to her, he was yelling at her, and she's like, yeah, I heard that 1,000 times.
The one thing that I didn't understand, like, why she did that.
Yeah.
Like, why she's like, and then she exploded that statue.
And then she cried.
Kind of, yeah.
She knew, but she still did it.
But why?
And she's a teacher.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense. And then she's sick of her dad telling her the same thing, but she doesn't.
She like
fix
pushes
herself.
it every time.
Yeah.
Every time he's just like, no, don't do it. She's like, okay, I'm just gonna push it a little bit more,
And
just a little bit more.
And then Jennifer's like, "You stay getting arrested." She's
That's-
like, "Shut up." Jennifer's dealing with her own thing with Khalil, who's a total ass because I guess
It's because of Tobias. Yeah,
So I apologize here because on our Stardust I said Tobias Rice. I meant to say Tobias Whale. I don't know where the rice came from. I was thinking of rice, I think, maybe while I was doing the video.
Maybe you're hungry?
Yeah, some. And I was like, and I said it so like serious. I'm like, the showdown between Black Lightning
I
and
honestly
Tobias
didn't
Rice.
notice it because you said Tobias, so I understood who you're talking about. I didn't hear rice. So
I mean, it makes sense because he's white, so
Wow.
Yeah, like, but yeah, it was really cool. Tobias. Hopefully, it's not like one of those fake outs where like he is the front for the big bad. Where like in Luke Cage, where they built up Cotton. Yeah, exactly.
Cottonmouth, and then Diamondback was
the real villain.
Yeah.
Even though Cottonmouth played the villain so well, hopefully it's not like that here. And then it's Lady Eve. That's I mean, obviously. He looks up to Lady Eve, but at the same time, I hope that he's his own villain where he, because this dude, like we saw in this episode that he was already the same age or whatever prime he's in now was what he was back then when he killed Jefferson's father when he was a teenager. So that was a cool flashback there.
Yeah.
It kind of like explained why Jefferson has such hatred for him. Because I honestly thought that he got murdered when Jefferson was like.
Yeah, I thought they're the same age. I thought there's gonna be more
right?
Yeah, I thought there's like gonna be more of a connection between the two.
Yeah.
Other than him killing his father, maybe there's like some sort of childhood memories that they had, but I was totally wrong about that.
I thought exactly the same thing, but it was it's a little bit different here. But we'll save some of this stuff for theories because there's some stuff that happened with Gambi in this episode that kind of like got our minds thinking a bit. But we got Jefferson versus Anissa because Lynn is getting robbed. We got Gambi trying to stop Jefferson from killing Tobias for whatever reason. And it's funny because he's like, every time I mention him, there's always some resistance from you, and Gambi's like, no. I just don't want you to make a mistake here. I just want you to, when you kill, you can't come back from that. And I mean that I understand, but you could just tell he's hiding something, especially with him meeting Lady Eve later on. And then there's like drama at school. Or actually, that's the same thing we were talking about earlier with Khalil, right?
Yeah,
that was all related. And Lynn, she's kind of like the Iris of the show. Like, you never really know what she's thinking or how she's feeling.
It's like when something goes good, she's gonna support him, but then when someone's in danger, like something is bound to go wrong, she like loses faith like instantly.
And that's what makes me not like her sometimes, because when you got somebody that's literally risking their life not for themselves but for the good of a whole entire city, you have to know that that's the risk that's involved. You have to know that.
The bigger thing about her is like it is about her.
Yeah, always. You don't know how this makes me feel. He's sitting there like, bitch, I was half dead just a minute ago. What the fuck? But yeah, it was cool, and him doing like the Kamehameha thing, and he was about to blow off Tobias's head. That was pretty epic.
Yeah, that was a little scary.
Yeah, his eyes look so cool.
Yeah,
when he's like in rage mode, and apparently the green light, like you said before, it was affecting his entire like biology. He's just like he can't control it. Like it's kind of like it powers him up so much. I
feel like it's like a secondhand smoke type issue that he has, and it's kind of making him rage a little too much.
It's crazy.
Yeah,
it's crazy. But yeah, Anissa definitely could have taken her dad if he had not known how to had all that study of hand to hand from Gambi, because he got rocked for a couple minutes before he put her down. But it'll be interesting to see where that talk goes, because so she does know that Jefferson was, what do you call that, right? Black Lightning.
Who?
Anissa, Because she's like, dad was married to saving the world. And that was before he became a principal. Maybe Jennifer doesn't know.
Yeah, maybe she found out. Yeah, maybe she. Yeah, you're right. Sorry, I have to think about that. Yeah,
because I thought she didn't know, but the way she said that, it's like she definitely knew. And then the episode kind of ends off with Gamby just saying to Lady Eve, "Remember, I told you to leave the Pierces alone." She's like, "Oh yeah, because if Tobias's dirty laundry gets out, then so will yours." I was like, "Oh, what does that mean? What does it mean?" And then Tobias is definitely they're gonna use Khalil to be their like enforcer.
Yeah,
he's gonna be like the villain in training, and that's gonna suck. Anything else?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Any dislikes?
I think this is just Lynn.
Yeah,
just her attitude towards the situation. But good thing she, kind of turned it around at the end.
She
She's
does
like,
that every episode.
You gotta just listen to me.
Yeah.
You're gonna make it out of this okay.
Have you noticed that? That's in every episode. She gets mad at the very beginning, and then at the end, like when he's on the verge of death or he's about to do something stupid, that's when she, what do you call that? But she pushes him away like
next episode.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Easter eggs, I guess we could get into. I find it so hard to get Easter eggs because I still I'm not familiar with the character.
Yeah, the only thing was the J. Cole song. That's like amazing. I got into the For Your Eyes Only album, and that one song played.
Nice.
Amazing.
I've never really heard a J.
I'll see the rain coming down.
Nice. I've never heard any J. Cole songs through, so that was pretty cool that Jeremy got the Easter egg here.
I think that's pretty much it.
It's hard. Eggs, it's hard to find them, right?
Yeah.
I guess we'll get into the previews for next week. An episode titled "Equinox: The Book of Fate." Black Lightning's pursuit for Tobias continues, and Anissa continues to find herself in a new normal. Okay, that's pretty cool. That's a very short,
short synopsis. Yeah.
Go off of what happened in the previews though.
I think they go more in depth with Tobias and his past.
Okay, cool. So we got this. See, the thing is, I guess we can start theorizing here. I really do think that yes, this is a story of Jefferson Pierce and his family and stuff like that. And at its core, they follow the comics. But I feel like it's kind of sort of also taking from Static Shock and the Bang Babies, where like you see like the green light stuff, right? In the Static Shock series, Bang Babies can't be near each other because so much power. It's like they become nuclear when they're near each other.
So it's like how Hancock was.
Exactly, like that. Exactly like
Charlize
that.
Theron.
Yeah. And I think because Tobias is there and what's his name can like they. Basically, those 7 kids that went missing or something like that, or the metas in this series, when they're near each other, I think it makes them like that, like Jefferson. And I think a Bang Baby is what makes that green light. It has to be, right? Because it's like crazy amplified.
Like it comes from a Bang Baby.
Yeah.
Like, so they extract it from them?
Yeah, maybe.
Oh, so that's what's her name was doing?
Probably.
Lady Eve or whatever?
Because that dude was like, he was open.
Yeah, and she was just it sounded like she's stirring up a pot of, like, witchcraft inside of him.
And he was waking up in the middle of, like, doing that. So, like, maybe he had that, like, maybe it's the more, basically when the people take that green light, they're not, like, whatever meta... or however Jefferson and Anissa were created, it's not the same, but they are sort of metas, like those people who are taking it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So maybe when Jefferson is exposed to more and more of it, he just gets angry.
Yeah, it's like the mission in DCEU when you first start out. It's like those starter missions.
Yeah.
I think when you hit like level 10 or something, you know, by that hospital in Metropolis.
Yeah.
You know those demons that take over or that spread out like this disease or virus that turns the humans crazy. Maybe that's
so many hot dog stands.
Somewhat similar.
That's probably it. And it'll be interesting because I would finally like to see Jefferson and
Anissa team up.
But I also want to see him and Tobias go at it.
Face to face, yeah.
Because Tobias does have some, like, he's got immortality, he's got enhanced strength and durability, something like that, because he lifted a full-grown man that's like at least 200 pounds off the ground with one hand, easy.
Yeah, maybe the green light or some sort of like something close to it is what's powering him, and maybe he can handle it a lot better than most.
That's true. We haven't seen his sister, who was like shown 2 episodes prior, so we'll see what she's cooking up next. And then his assistant talked for like the very first time, and she was just like, "You will see what power really is."
I know, that surprised me.
Yeah, so maybe she also has it, because she kind of seems like a psycho that might have some powers.
Maybe.
But it'll be interesting to see Khalil and then the Jefferson family have to deal with him and Tobias and all that stuff, because obviously Tobias is most likely going to use that relationship to try and break the Pierces, because the more broken they are, the easier they are to take down. So any other theories moving forward about Gambi and Tobias? We thought that maybe that Tobias might be Gambi's kid, but now I'm thinking that Tobias and Gambi might be brothers.
Yeah. Yeah, that's probably more accurate. In the comics, isn't he the one that killed Jefferson's father?
Yeah.
Gambi?
Yeah.
So what if they kind of alter it? Because we already saw Tobias kill his father. Maybe Gambi gave out the orders. Maybe he was the mob boss before he quit. And that's why he has, what do you call it? Some sort of power over Lady Eve.
What if Gambi was the one that created those bang babies, and then he had Albert killed because he didn't want the stuff to get out, but he felt bad when he knew Jefferson
was
so,
and then he figured out that he was also a bang baby.
Yeah. Well, maybe something like that. Maybe they change it like that. But I don't want to see Gambi die. If anything, I just want to see him get slapped in the face if he did something wrong. But I don't want to see him die because he's a cool character.
Yeah.
Anything else? Final thoughts. Solid.
This was super solid.
This was way better
you
than
cut yourself off. You're like solid.
This it kind of lost its traction a little bit with the last 2 episodes, but this picked it up for sure. We definitely need to see more action like that. It's really cool. She's bulletproof.
Yeah.
It's another thing. She's invulnerable. That was pretty cool. And apparently her dad's super electrified, like, little key blasts don't do anything to her either. And I think it really does have everything to do with her breathing, right?
Yeah. It's whenever she like attacks or uses her power, she has to breathe in.
Okay, so that's why he like wrecked her.
Yeah, because maybe she had
to breathe out.
Yeah.
Anything else? With that being said, you guys, we'll see you in Arrow. This week on Arrow, Oliver's pressed after finding out that James is dead and the city needs the funds he took to rebuild. Curtis and Renee try to get Dinah to focus on recovering the money instead of getting revenge against Laurel. Thinking that they took Laurel, who was last seen but taking the money, Oliver, Diggle, and Felicity confront the 3. The encounter adds to the already built up tension. They don't find Laurel and Renee manages to bug Oliver. It comes to a head when Oliver finds out from Thea that Lance has been hiding Laurel. In hopes to reform his daughter, Lance gets Oliver's blessing to do so. Oliver and Diggle try to protect them from Dinah, Curtis, and Renee, who eventually appear. Diggle and his arm chip is tampered by Curtis, leaving Oliver to take them all alone. Oliver defeats Curtis and Renee, and Dinah catches up to Laurel and Lance. Curtis stops Dinah for killing Laurel, and both sides are forced to stop when an old wound of Renee's causes them to collapse. Laurel gets away. Team Arrow try to recuperate, while Dinah and Curtis wait for Renee to get out of surgery. They cut off all ties with Team Arrow when Diggle and Felicity try to check up on them. Oliver faces the heads of the city with the support of Thea and Lance, telling them that they're unable to recover the funds. Dragon's minions carry out his plan to take down Oliver once and for all. A delirious Laurel is helped by a stranger. Now back to the Justice Clubhouse Podcast. Alright, so getting into this episode of Arrow, which was titled Collision Course. Sorry, I almost forgot it there. One sentence.
The Outsiders War.
Yeah, and the Outsiders suck. But yeah, getting into this episode, it was very... there's been a lot of emotional turns this season for sure between everybody on OG Team Arrow and now the Outsiders. So it's kind of frustrating to watch because they're all pretty great characters in their own right, but the three are just... I don't know. It just didn't make... Their anger just doesn't make sense, especially Renee's. Mm-hmm. It's just so out of place. If they had always... Like, the thing is, they kept pointing fingers and saying, oh, Team Arrow did this, Team Arrow did that. If they look back, this all started when Renee was the one who sold Oliver out. Yeah. He called Oliver a thug this episode, but Renee's a snitch.
Yeah. He's... I'd call him a sore winner.
Yeah.
Because he's already gotten what he wants. He's got his kid to look after. He gets to spend time with her. But he's still, like, rubbing it in his face. Like, you still did something wrong, even though I already have what I want.
And he's like, oh, what about William? And I was like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, you really have to bring in the kid into it? Like,
yeah, that's...
When he snitched on Oliver not once, like, said, okay, I get... He said to him, I understand why you did that for your kid, but at the same time, you know, why? You betrayed us. And then they kind of threw that in his face again, like, oh, you're the one that planted because one of you lied. Mm-hmm. That's exactly the reason. He was just saying, I'm sick of you guys, like, telling me that that's the reason. And then they're saying that he's giving Renee too much flack. And I
guess they don't see if the tables were turned, you know? They don't step in his shoes and, like, question, oh, what if we were on his side?
Yeah.
Like, what if we were him and we brought in 3 new recruits to like, handle business?
Exactly. And to reform them, because Dinah killed Sonus.
Yeah.
Remember? And
she's probably been killing people along the way before Oliver met her.
And Renee was doing the same thing too, and he was doing it with no smoothness at all. He was just being all over the place. He gave them a home. He gave them a chance to start over. Curtis, I kind of understand. He's kind of like playing both sides because he's the
newbie.
I feel like he understands Team Arrow, but he's just representing the Outsiders because he's the most level-headed.
Yeah.
So I get what he's doing, but the other two, they're just... For no reason, they just don't know how to look at it from different perspectives. Because Oliver's lost his parents.
Yeah.
His sister, she died at some point. Roy is gone.
Yeah, Laurel's dead. They don't realize all the things that they've been through.
Tommy's dead. Samantha's dead.
I don't know. I feel like Oliver and that team, the OG team, they have a sense of family.
Yeah.
Because they've been around for so long, and they understand if even the slightest thing that they do, if it's a mess up, they'll still work together to try to fix it. No matter who messes up, with them, it's like if one person messes up, they just blame. They're just gonna keep blaming until they get what they want. And even so, like with Renee, he's still gonna, he's still gonna bug them.
He's salty as fudge. See, the thing is also, they didn't, I don't even think that they know, but Diggle had to put down his own brother because he was that evil.
Yeah.
Like, really? Like, they don't know anything about sacrifice. They sacrifice a lot more than you.
Yeah.
On the newbies. Like, Curtis sacrificed his marriage. Yeah, that's sad, but he's still alive. And you lied to him, so that's your fault. Right? Yeah. And then Renee, he's got his kid, but he's not taking care of his kid. He's out there getting shot, and he shot Felicity.
Yeah. I can't believe she recovered from that
pretty
quickly. That's pretty cool. But yeah, like, they don't even show her with him. There's just that one episode when he's like, oh,
yeah, he got her
Curtis,
back.
Yeah, Curtis is gonna, watch you and stuff like that. And even Curtis is like, yeah, I'll watch over Zoe and stuff like that. But
that's your kid.
Yeah, that's your kid.
And you wanted her back. You sold out the leader of Team Arrow just so that you could get her back, and now you're not. He's a hypocrite. I'm sorry. Yeah. I liked Wild Dog when he first came.
He was an amazing character. Like, his character growth was exponential.
And he went,
I guess you could say, yeah, it just like went down the drain.
Someone just shoved a stick up his butt out of nowhere. But yeah, the premise of this episode was very cool. They're all trying to, like, Lance is trying to protect his daughter, and then I love how Oliver's just like, are you sure you're gonna trust your life and, like, what's to come? And he's like, yeah. And then Oliver's like,
Okay,
I respect that. You go do this. They risked their life to protect Lance and Laurel from the three, and it just all-out battle ensues, and epicness happens, and Oliver absolutely wipes the floor with them. But surprisingly, it's Curtis who makes sure that Dinah doesn't do the bad deed.
Yeah, after he literally got the sense knocked into him when Oliver like smacked him in the chest that he went flying. He's like, Dinah, let's probably not kill Laurel because like you're gonna turn into him
or who you think he is.
Yeah. Well, I guess they know that he's just a killer.
Yeah.
Other than that, they don't know what goes behind his killings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's good reason. Every time
it's good
Oliver
that he did that.
Yeah.
So, but I feel like that he did prevent something.
Yeah.
Greater from happening
for sure.
Yeah.
I don't understand the whole it's Oliver's fault reasoning behind everything bad that happens. It really is not his fault. It's you guys. You guys are your own team. So if something happens, it's on you. It's not on Oliver. It's only on Oliver if he's responsible for you being part of the team, but you're not. So, yeah, suck it. Laurel gets away. I love how that little thing, she's like, what'd she say? She's like, thank you for fighting for me. And then Oliver's like, I'm not doing this for you. And if we all make out of this alive, I don't want to ever see your face or hear your name again. And you're like, damn.
Yeah.
And then Quentin's like, she'll call. I'm sure she'll call. And then Oliver's like, no, she won't.
I have a feeling that she might.
Yeah, because she's just acting like that, but you know she really just wants her dad.
She'd be acting hard.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's just like that little glimmer of hope.
We'll keep it.
Yeah.
And I love how the theory is just like, she followed Lance and just like out the...
honestly, that scared me.
Yeah, she's just out the door.
Second, that was like a little jump scare.
She was just like, she wasn't even smiling. She just had the flattest expression ever.
Yeah, they should have done like I think I want to do that, like overdub or dub over it, like where
scary
it's
music.
Yeah, it's like that one violin that's like.
Oh, from what do you call it, Insidious?
Oh, dude, that
would be scary.
Dude, just her face is like. Just as the camera pans towards the window. Yeah. Oh, dude, that's gonna give me nightmares.
But yeah, she's very nifty. She's very smart. She knew something was up.
Intuition, but I think she's just one of those people that just acts on intuition. If she sees something wrong, she's gonna follow you, or she's gonna figure it out. But that's true. It's like Oliver. Well, I guess I can understand Oliver because he's got too many things to worry about.
Yeah, he's the mayor. Yeah. He's trying to be a father.
I think that's another
husband.
reason as to why I don't like The Outsiders, and more specifically Dinah and Renee, their motives. Because Oliver's just doing way too many things. Yeah, he may slip up and say the wrong things to you, but you should still understand what he's going through.
Yeah.
And they really don't see the bigger picture. That's why they act
exactly.
Like that.
Dinah's responsibility was to keep Vincent alive. She failed.
Mm-hmm.
Curtis' responsibility to his husband was to be there for him. He failed at that. Oliver doesn't blame anybody else when he fails at being a father or a husband or a mayor. He just takes the blame.
Yeah.
That's what makes him the hero here because he can balance it even when he can't balance it. You know, he's
crazy.
He's everything, and I think you guys are just. It seems like I'm talking to them like that, but I'm just saying. It seems like you guys are salty that you guys can't even keep up with your own lives because he can somewhat. He's able to keep a friendship going. He's able to, be a vigilante and whoop all of your guys' asses, even though he hasn't been training for weeks.
And that's like one of those real life situations where like misery loves its company, and they try to invite more people to experience all this. I don't want to say misery again, but they want everyone else to experience what they're experiencing, and that's Oliver's super strong for doing something like that.
And even after all that, you guys played Diggle dirty by hurting his arm and stuff like that. You still got your asses whooped.
Yeah.
Still.
Yeah.
And you guys had all the advantages. You had powers. You had it was basically 1 versus 3, like you said. And he still rocked everyone.
Yeah, that was gut wrenching when he roundhouse kicked Renee.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude,
who attacked him with he looked like oh okay, yeah.
Go.
No, I'm gonna save it for Easter eggs.
Okay, but that roundhouse kick into the tree, that was
yeah.
Man, brutal. Renee, I haven't seen anyone fly as far as Renee has on this show. I feel bad, but I guess that's what he gets.
It makes you think whether or not Oliver has super strength or something.
Yeah, it is a little scary.
He hits real hard. Curtis is about like a couple inches taller.
He reopened up the wound.
Yeah, that shot wound. Because he got shot by Dragon, right?
Diggle.
Oh, Diggle?
Because he had the...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, on the roof. Or on the highway, and then he fell off. Yeah.
And then, Curtis is like twice Oliver's size, and Oliver lifted him in the air and then threw him on the ground.
Like, what the fudge?
Get wrecked.
Yeah.
And they had a sweet moment where you kind of feel for Dinah and Curtis, and like she's like, thank you for stopping me, and he's like, we gotta look out for each other.
They just turn all like evil when they see Diggle and Felicity.
They're just trying to check on. There's no malice. You can't do that.
You have lost the right to ask if Renee's okay. What? It's common courtesy. That's
Renee
like one of
has
those
betrayed
things,
both Oliver and Diggle.
Yeah, and
this season,
like that, and you still see Diggle trying to see if he's okay. Like, what is that? It's like
it's hypocrisy at its finest.
Like the nice guy is still being nice, and then those haters hate that he's nice.
Exactly.
Oh my god!
And that's what makes them heroes.
Yeah.
OG Tamaro for the win right now.
Yeah.
Is there anything else we missed in that episode? Oh, no, Laurel was delirious at the end there because her womb opened up.
I thought she was putting on an act, but I think that's real, yo. Like maybe that wound. Yeah, maybe not just that. Like I feel like that wound kind of just like altered
something.
Yeah, altered her mind. It's just like I should probably like survive now and do something that will help me instead of like acting all hard.
Yeah. Is there anything else?
Dragon, he's
conniving. He's got the SCPD.
Smarter than you think. He's like one of those fudge.
Yeah, he's a behind the scenes villain.
Yeah, like he's intricate, but he doesn't show it.
Yeah,
he
just talks like that.
Yeah, he just looks like one of those brute dudes that could shoot a gun or
a brute midget.
Knock people. Yeah, he kind of does look like he could knock people down.
Yeah.
Yeah, for a dude that's pretty short.
Yeah. He took on Diggle, so.
But yeah, he's got the smarts, yo. I honestly didn't see him. I didn't see that coming, like him killing. Kaden.
Yeah, that was out of nowhere.
Yeah.
I thought
so
he was.
So for someone to do that, it's like. He's steps ahead. Yeah, he steps ahead of Kaden, and Kaden's super calculated, so that's scary.
Yeah. So hopefully it's like they round out the season with something really cool for his character because he's pretty menacing right now.
Mm-hmm.
Did we miss anything else here? That's pretty much it, right? William showed up at some point.
Yeah.
He was cooking
cookies.
This is awesome. I like seeing like that balance now. It's not like
he's getting better.
Yeah.
Like he still kind of sounds a little shaky.
Yeah.
When he's acting like that, the actor himself.
Okay,
but he's getting better. I feel like he might play a bigger role like on Team Arrow
later on.
Yeah, I want to see that, dude. I want to see him be another Archer.
Imagine
or something like that.
The first time we saw him, he was like, "Do you want to be the Flash?"
Yeah.
It was awesome.
It's funny because he still has the Flash backpack.
Yeah.
Since that season.
Still his favorite hero. Yeah, you want to get any Easter eggs?
Yeah.
Did you find any?
I think just News 52.
Okay. Lance cracked a joke, Oliver. He's like, if you face the firing squad, then I will too. And the funny thing is on Earth 10, he had a firing squad fire at Oliver and Barry and all of them, which was hilarious.
How the turntables.
Well. How the turntables. Nice. We needed that office one in there. Also, when Renee attacked what's his name, Oliver, with the axe, he couldn't look like Jason.
Oh shoot, I didn't notice that. Yeah,
doesn't Jason attack people with axes?
And he's got the hockey mask too.
Yeah, and he was in the woods.
Yeah, he's just got different weapons, but yeah, I think that's one of his weapons of choice.
Is there anything else?
That's crazy. Nah, I didn't see anything else.
Okay, I guess we'll get into the previews for next week, which is titled Doppelganger. Oliver and Thea are shocked to hear that Roy Harper is back in Star City. However, when they discover the circumstances of Roy's return, Oliver and Thea realize that Roy is in trouble and jump in to save him. Black Siren makes a shocking decision. It's titled Doppelganger. So
Doppelganger.
It looked like
does that pertain to Laurel or do you think it? Yeah. What if that's not even him? It's just like, I found this guy that kind of looks like
Roy.
Yeah,
but
someone
it's not
that you guys
him.
love, but it's not.
That'll be crazy. He's supposed to be here for a bit of an arc, so it'll be interesting to see how it all plays out. Thea's gonna be suited up. Roy looks like he's being tortured for information on Green Arrow or something.
Ricardo's going to pump him for information.
It could be the Young Justice thing where it's Roy's doppelganger, or maybe it's referring to Black Siren and her wanting to live Laurel's life. Because
it's one or the other.
Maybe because she's been on that Earth so long. Maybe her. I don't know if that works because that's more of like a magic spiritual thing. But maybe she's starting to get memories of Laurel's life because she's on that Earth. Because they have the same father, little things can jog your memory even if it doesn't belong to you.
They're still connected.
Yeah, somewhat. Because she's still Laurel. She's just from a different Earth, and she never got to know her dad. But now's her chance.
The gunshot wound made her delirious.
Yeah.
But instead, it actually
opened her mind.
Yeah, opened her mind. She opened up her third eye.
Which one? Moving forward with
but seriously, I feel like that might be true.
I don't know, like it just seems a little bit voodoo-y. I just thought of that. It's
but I feel like the Flash has covered something like that.
Yeah, like if you stay somewhere, you start gaining memories or you lose memories. It's something like that. It's something weird.
I mean, if Barry, Barry's on the same Earth. The Savitar thing, he was the same Barry. Like, he was on the same Earth. Never mind. But yeah.
Was he?
Yeah.
Yes, he was. He's just from a different timeline.
That might be what's up. Yeah. What were you saying?
We think we're just going to go forward. Like, who do you think is going to die? Renee. I think Renee is going to die. Or he's going to be out of it.
You think he's going to risk it for the biscuit?
Yeah. Or he's going to realize that he can't be doing all that stuff no more. Dinah, I think they're still gonna keep her around and stuff like. Maybe Lance and Laurel finally get their, the family gets their happy ending, and maybe Sarah gets to leave the Wave Rider and be with her dad and sister. It's weird. It's like they're replacing her, but at the same time, it's not.
She's not, right? She's not gonna be there next season, or is she, Sarah?
I don't know. We don't know.
Oh, yet. I thought I heard news that she wasn't gonna be captain next season.
Oh, okay. So they could write her back in. There we go.
Yeah.
By the end of the season, the Lances.
I don't know how true that was. Like I thought I just read a random article.
But think of how perfect that would be.
Yeah.
Right. They finally get to no more drama. They just from time to time they could drop by.
Hey, sis, I'm gonna teach you something about bloodlust. Just don't kill people. But yeah, that'd be crazy. But I was thinking about on who my English. It's like my brain just like.
It's late.
Yeah, it's late. Yeah. For someone who might die this season, what if it's? I don't want to say it, but what if it's Curtis?
Oh no.
And that makes the team, like the other two on the Outsiders, realize like they can't be doing that. They got to work together. That's like one of those wake up calls.
But yeah.
Because I think
he'll go out the heroic way.
That's a big way to end the feud between them.
Or even Felicity dying too.
Kind of bring them together.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
yeah, because
the other
Curtis,
two, because it's a closer relationship between the three. Other than because if Felicity died, they'd just be like, oh, feels bad.
Yeah,
we're just gonna keep doing what we're doing.
And Curtis kind of does play both sides, so I can see that happening. Yeah, maybe I like that one. That's another. Sad to say, but maybe Curtis might be biting the dust too.
He's an amazing character.
Yeah, he is.
He could,
really is.
And he still has a potential to fit into any storyline.
Yeah.
Like he could be a tech guy. He could be on the field. He could just do anything that the team asks.
Yeah.
But at the same time, that can fuel the fire for his death.
Future. Yeah. That's a good one though. I like that. Dino will obviously be part of the team again at some point, and also I don't know about Renee. I don't like him right now, so he could die if that happens. I mean, hopefully he doesn't, because at the same time I want him to be with his daughter, but we'll see. Anything else, Roy? Anything else about we didn't see what's his name yet? Ragman.
Yeah,
it's about to be 9 episodes left, and we haven't seen him.
I just had a personal epiphany. There's like that song by Reliant K, Devastation and Reform. That's essentially what might and what will happen. Like, someone's death will cause them to
band together.
Yeah.
That's dope. Anything else? Do you want to ask the spirit what he thought?
Yeah.
Spirit.
Hello?
Spirit.
Oh my god, it's so good. You see it? Fire! Okay, the next episode, man, it can't get here soon enough. Whoa.
Almost dropped the spirit.
Yes, I almost dropped the spirit, but I caught him. Yeah, it was a pretty good week.
It really was. We missed Supergirl though. To be honest, it's weird without it.
Dude, I just I punched my this mic
hurt your
punched.
teeth?
Yeah, I punched my teeth.
Happens. That's why I have the top filter, just in case. You want to do the what do you call hashtag?
Yes, you are the king of hashtags. I'm gonna just sit this one out and just listen to what you guys say.
Hashtag pirates. Sorry. Hashtag pirate Fiddler. Thunder kick. Sorry. That was so weird. So hashtag, what did I say? Hashtag pirate Fiddler Thunder kick. Sorry. That was a weird one. Final thoughts about everything this week? I like them all.
Pretty solid. Yeah.
It's awesome.
Do you want to name episode of the week?
Episode of the week. Okay, you go first.
It's between. Tonight's episode was so good, but
yeah,
Black Lightning was also really good, and Legends was super amazing. The Fiddler episode was is solid, but I think top episode would have to be Legends.
Nice.
It's just super fun.
I will give this one to Legends too. It's just too, it's awesome. And then second would be Arrow and Black Lightning.
Yeah, I think I would do Black Lightning than Arrow.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty good.
Flash was it was good, but it wasn't. It's it had its moments, I guess.
I think this next week
we need to see DeVoe be really menacing, not just funny and perky and stuff.
You're just a dainty little flower.
You're just a dainty little flower.
Oh man, that was Robin Big, right?
Yeah.
The series, not Fantasy Factory, right?
Was it? No, that was a Fantasy Factory.
Oh, it was.
It was Fantasy Factory.
Oh.
All right. So is that it?
Yeah, I think that's pretty much it.
And with that being said, you guys, we shall see you. Oh, and actually, no, I have to wrap this up.
Yeah?
Jesus. Okay, so if you guys enjoyed, go leave a like down below. If you leave your comments on what you think is to come, your theories and whatnot, and what you thought about the episodes.
Be sure to check out our Instagram and Stardust. Instagram is the Justice Clubhouse, and Stardust is at Justice Clubhouse HAUS.
Yes.
We got live reviews and reactions on Stardust, and if you guys want to see your videos at the front of this podcast, be sure to tag us at Justice Clubhouse. After you make an account and you start, posting reactions.
Be sure to follow us first.
Yes, also that. And as you saw at the beginning of this episode, we got a couple more reactions. If you guys want to be like these people, be sure to do the same thing. And that's pretty much it.
We'll see you guys in the next one.
Bye.